Hello, hi guys, happy training Tuesday. Happy training Tuesday. Woo woo. I'm super excited today because I've got some good content. That guy's got surgery tomorrow morning. I'm stressed about that, but I have to put my stress and my anxiety into something that is going to be more positive right now, because otherwise when I start to think about it and stress about it, then I just stress myself out about it. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put my focus into my business and try and alleviate some anxiety and stress by just pushing through my business. This week we're going to talk about the top 5 things that I feel you should be doing every single day in your business if you want to push for success. Now, even if some of you are sitting out there, I'm pulling it up on my iPad because I've got notes. I made notes. Even if some of you are like, no, Jacqui, this is not a business for me. This is a hobby for me. I don't really care about building a business. That's fine. I was that person. I was you. I was that person who was like, I don't want a business. I'm not going to be any good at a business. I can't do a business. I can't, right? And then all of a sudden I started seeing all the blessings that the business could give me, especially in the way of providing for my family. So, change the mindset, and guess what happens? My business started working, right? And it was not because of anything like magical. It was simply because I really focused my energy and I changed my mindset, and I said, this is something that I can do, that is within my control, that I am able to put myself into, and then I'm able to see those results, right? You are talking to the gal who left her cubicle life after 15 years, okay? I left because I could not see myself in the cubicle life forever. I didn't want that, because the goals that I was working towards every single day in my corporate life, some of them were personal goals, right? Personal development goals. But for the most part, the majority of the things that I was doing every single day in that cubicle were for somebody else. They were for somebody else. They weren't for me. Those were not my dreams. Those are not my goals. So it can burn you out after a while. I will tell you that. I've experienced burnout, and it can pull you down. But at the same time, I think that we have to be able to pull ourselves down to be able to build back up, right? Same thing goes like with the Army and the Marines and everything else, right? Boot camp is all about knocking you down, well, and training, but knocking you down so that way they can build you back up stronger, right? And that's what we need to do. That's the place that we need to be at in our minds, is we have to do the trial and error, right? We have to go through and see what is working in my business for me, what is not working in my business for me. And we have to go out there and we have to get those no's, and we have to ask those people. And when they turn us down, that doesn't mean that we just quit and we throw in the towel. So if you guys saw my motivational quote that I put up in the support page earlier today, the whole message today, like I said, we're going to be talking about the top 5 things that I think you should be doing every single day in your business to be successful. But the whole point of all of this is to not quit, because I am here to tell you that I am living proof, because I wanted to quit a lot of times. I wanted to quit when I couldn't get anybody to join my team. I wanted to quit when I couldn't get anybody to make a Scentsy purchase with me. I wanted to quit. I just wanted to throw in the towel and say, this is not going to work for me. It works for them, but it doesn't work for me. All I was doing was making excuses, though. At the end of the day, that's all I was doing. Because I can tell you that I watched Chloe Cox earlier today, and I think it was like from, I don't know if it, no, I think it was on her Instagram stories. And I was watching her speak on there, and I think it was from yesterday. But she was talking about how one of the biggest things that she sees or hears is everybody messaging her and saying, people not on her team, messaging saying, you know, oh my gosh, you inspire me. My sponsor never helps me, so therefore I haven't been able to succeed. That really hit hard with me because, you guys, I've been on YouTube for a while now, right? So I have a lot of people who are not in Scent 365, right? Or not any part of it. But I get messages on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. And these messages all start to sound the same. And they all revolve around that same thing that Chloe was talking about, was nobody's helping me do this. Nobody ever showed me how to do that, so I can't do it. And just like she said, and this is why it resonated so much, was the fact that you don't need somebody else to do it for you. All you need is you. And that is so true, because I can't say it enough. I'm living proof of that concept. Okay? I don't have a sponsor who checks in with me. I don't have a sponsor who cheers me on from the back. I don't have somebody who was there going, great month last month, Jacqui, you did amazing, right? I don't have that. I don't have somebody that I can go to as my sponsor to say, you know, hey, I've got a quick question. No, I gotta hustle. I gotta put my nose to the grindstone. I gotta use the Google machine if I need to use the Google machine. If I don't know what to do, I use the Google machine. It's free. And it leads me to a lot of great people within this Scentsy business, because that was one of the main reasons that I started my YouTube channel in the very first place. Hold on, hero. Back in like 2013, okay? I started doing trainings simply for the fact of I was of the mindset of there will be no consultant left behind. Because I knew that if I couldn't find the content, or if I couldn't find the people that I could connect with, then there had to be others that were just like me, right? I'm not unique in that way. So I knew that there had to be others. And so not only did it hold me accountable by starting my YouTube channel, but it also really just kind of kicked me into gear to say, I have the power to do this. Okay? I know, you're... Tomorrow morning is surgery. 8:30 in the morning we drop him off. I'm a little, like I said, I'm stressed out. I'm anxious about it. He's got to spend the night too. Let me see if he's going to go outside real quick. Just like with our business, right? We have to be our own boss. And we have to be able to pull from inside of us. Because we can't rely on somebody else to say, hey, Jacqui, it's 8 o'clock in the morning and yeah, I know you're on bed rest, right? Technically, I'm not released back to work or anything like that, right? I'm not fully released back into society yet. So, you know, I could sleep all day if I wanted to, right? Is anybody going to say anything to me? No. Even my husband at this point, he's just like, baby, you heal. Right? He's like ready for me to come back to full force, right? But, you know, nobody's going to tell me that I can't do it, right? You get Madison off to school in the morning. You know, my oldest who lives with us, she takes care of herself, right? She's 22. She takes care of herself, right? So I don't have to do anything for her. But I could totally be that person that just says, you know what? I'm just going to take a little mini vacation and I'm going to sleep in. No, I'm going to show up for my business, because if nothing else, this has shown me that number one, first and foremost, this is my business and I get to control it. Right? That's powerful. That is so powerful. Oh, thank you, Mary Ellie. I know. It's good to be good. All right. So, top 5 things. These are things that I do And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I think I talked a little bit about this. I don't remember when, but I'm trying to really focus at this point in this stage in my business and just as a whole. I've shared with you guys before, right? Like Facebook really tends to be a time sucker, and you can get stuck scrolling on there and everything is so negative or political or this or that, and it's just like, ugh, I need to turn off the noise, because you can get caught up in that. And if you start looking at that kind of stuff every single day, then pretty soon your mind's gonna start looking for that stuff every single day, right? Because that's what it thinks it needs to look for. So I'm going to challenge you guys to look for more positive things. And so for me, what I am doing with Facebook is I'm kind of backing off of Facebook, and I'm doing more Instagram, because that's more me, honestly. That's just how I feel that I share more authentically that way. And I find that there's not the drama. There's not the noise. For real. So when I get on Facebook, it is to schedule posts for my VIP page, schedule posts for my business page. I might look at a memory or two or share something on my wall, and I might look at my friends' list, things like that. But honestly, it's there for my support group, for Tracy DeMario's group, right? To be able to get in there, to my leaders group. Those are the things that I'm really there for. I'm there for those things. So everything else, I'm kind of pushing back. And I went through and I just kind of deleted a whole bunch of people, because I was like, I either don't know you or I don't have a relationship with you. So I was trying to weed out those, because what I really want my Facebook to do for me is to help me build those relationships. That's one of the things we're going to talk about today in our Tuesday training. Are you ready? Okay. 5 things to do every day in your business to work towards success. 5 things. They're not huge things. I'm not asking you to jump off the side of the cliff. I am just asking you to do 5 things every single day. Now, for those of you, I'm going to caveat this very quickly, because some people take it very literal. For those of you who have a full-time job and you're like, Jacqui, I don't want time for this all day, right? Okay, totally get you. Been there, done that for years. So for you, whatever your work schedule looks like. So for some of you, it may be I save my Scentsy for the weekends. I might do a little bit, here and there throughout the week, because with work and everything else, it gets hectic. I get that. I totally understand. But what I want you to do in those moments that you do have to give to your business, and look for ways that you can find more ways. I guarantee you, if you stop scrolling a little bit more, you're going to find a little bit more time there. There's one place that you can find some time. But, social media detox. It is true. Honestly, I feel so much better. There it goes. Okay. Amen, Mary Ellie. Yes. So, yes, she's saying the same thing. Yeah, you need a social media detox. She schedules her posts. She logs in to do her business work. That's what we're looking for, right? Because, again, if we are truly looking to level up, to boss up, then we need to be able to put all the noise aside, and we need to be able to focus where we need to focus, right? Because if you start putting your energy into that direction, then you're going to find that you're going to have more success. Why? Because you're putting more into that. So for those of you, like I said, who have the full-time jobs, find those moments that you can squeeze it in. And again, I'm right there with you to say that there were weeks where it was just super crazy at the JOB, and I would sit there and I would be lucky to maybe get 20 minutes in after I had put Madison to bed and had finished up cleaning up the house from the day and everything else after work, right after dinner, blah, blah, blah. And I'd have 20 minutes before I would need to go put myself in bed so I could wake up to do it all the next day. But those 20 minutes were vital, because I could take those 20 minutes, like Mary Ellie's saying, is I could take those 20 minutes and go on and schedule posts, right? And that way my business is working tomorrow, even though I'm going to be at the JOB all day. So things like that you can do for your business. Look for those ways. So great point, Mary Ellie. Great point. I need to. Okay. There it goes. I got it. It's right here. Okay. All right. So 5 things. 5 things. Okay. We need to take things back to basics sometimes. I like to do this on, I don't know, I'd say maybe every 6 months or so. I kind of like to, as I kind of look at it in my head, as I need to repot my plant. So just like if you have a plant, if you have a green thumb, I have a very small green thumb. I have one plant that is still alive. By some small miracle, it is still alive and growing wonderfully, right? But still have to water it. So watering that plant, right? There are some times though when the plant either needs fresh soil, or maybe it needs more room to grow. It's overgrown, that small pot that it's in. So it's time to replant. It's time to either get into a bigger planter, to get some fresh soil, right? Maybe sit in a new spot in the house. So about every 6 months, I like to look at it the same way for myself, because I have to replant or repot myself. And yeah, that is one plant that we will never kill, is that beautiful aloe warmer. I cannot wait to get that one. I cannot wait. That one is next on my list. And so I like to do the same for me, right? Because I have to always be looking for things. And so this is a really great opportunity for you guys to kind of go back to basics, right? Look at the basics, because at the end of the day, that's really what this business is all about. It's about relationships, and it's about the basics. Sometimes we can overcomplicate it, right? We totally do. We're all probably guilty of that in some shape or form or another. And those are when we kind of need to rein ourselves back in and have that laser focus, right? So taking it back to basics, for me, these are daily habits that I do. And again, if you're following me on Instagram, if you're not, if you're interested, please do. But I'm simply saying that because in my Insta stories, I really take time to work on my Insta stories, because that's like my way to be able to really get my message across. And my message across is this, that you're able to create success by building upon habits that you can do every single day. So small steps to get you to where you're going. And habits, what do we know from habits? We know that habits form if you continue to do them. And I think statistically it shows, is it 31 days, after 31 days, 21 days of doing the same thing every single day, like making your bed, first thing in the morning, make your bed, do it for 21 days straight. And by then you're kind of like rewired, your mindset has woken up, and it's like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do today. And you just do it, and you don't even think about it, right? Because it's now hardwired. It's just something that you do as soon as you get up in the morning. Same concept applies with our business. So if you can create your daily habits, so feel free to, as I go through these, of course, tweak them to you and your business. Okay? Remember, this is not a one size only business, right? This is a one size fits all. So whatever your business looks like for you is how you need to rewire and what you need to set up your daily habits to align with, okay? So this should hopefully give you a good starting place. Start to think about these things. If this list works for you, then great. Run with it with full force, run all the way in. But by all means, if I say something and it's like, oh, that doesn't really work for my business because I do things more this way, then by all means, find something to put in there, right? That will work towards your business. So that's what I want you to do. Number 1, daily habit. Should have brought my drink in here. Number 1, networking. Number 1 is networking. And I think that this is so important. So important because, yes, we are in business to sell Scentsy, right? We work as independent Scentsy consultants. But at the same time, in order to do that, we have to build connections. And building connections with people means building our network. And our network isn't necessarily just people who do the same thing as us, right? Other independent consultants. But it really fans out more into the people that you're coming into contact with throughout the week. So, hello. Who are you coming into contact throughout the week? Do you go to the grocery store? Do you go to the bank? Do you go to the post office? Do you drop the kids off at school? Do you have, are you part of the PTA? Do you go bowling on the weekends with friends or a significant other? Do you have like a game night with other adult friends? Gosh, I wish we could do that here. My husband and I, we just can never find anybody whose schedule's lined up. Anyway, I get distracted. So, look for those situations, right, that come up. Those are the people that you're coming into contact with. And it doesn't mean that every time you see that person that you immediately start, oh my gosh, have you seen the warmer for this month, right? No, that's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you to make connections, to make you have to build relationships, to build those relationships. And so being able to make connections with people, whoever it is that you are coming across during your week, during your everyday routine, whatever that is for you, those are the connections that need to be made. And they also need to be just like our plants, except the aloe warmer. We need to water those, right? So if you're starting to build a connection with somebody, and maybe it is somebody that you just see at the school when you drop the kids off or whatever, right? Make it an effort to always say hi to that person, first and foremost. Say hello. How are you today? Have a great day, right? Anything at all, okay? And secondly, then that's when you can drop your little nuggets. Just little nuggets. You can kind of salt and pepper it in with your Scentsy, right? And maybe that's just simply wearing a Scentsy shirt. Apparently I'm all about Baby Yoda, which I am, but you get my point, right? Maybe it's me walking in carrying my Scentsy bag today. Hey, how you doing? Boom, big Scentsy logo on my bag, right? Subtle, not in their face, okay? Not in their face, but you're making those connections. And again, making those connections, building those relationships is really what is going to help you. So look for ways that you can really make those connections. And if for a lot of you it may be that you're in maybe some other groups on Facebook that are totally have nothing to do with Scentsy, right? Like maybe it's a mom's group, maybe it's your neighborhood group, maybe it's I don't know. You get my point, right? There's a lot of groups on Facebook. So if you're part of a group on Facebook, then do the same thing in that group, right? Comment on somebody's post. Hey, that's such an inspiration for you to share your story today. Thank you. Right? Just little posts, recognizing people, appreciating people for what they're doing, right? Because just like we do with the kids, right? And I do with the dog, we reward the behaviors we want to see. So if we want to see relationships build, then we need to be really rewarding the things that we see out there in the world, in social media, where it is inspiring or more positive or about helping or about whatever it is, right? Instead of the noise. So helping to cut out that noise. Number 2, make connections. So I kind of went through that, but making connections that are going to serve our customers in a good way, okay? Here's a good case in point, because I'm going to touch on this. Actually, I'm starting to make up some, something that has worked well for me, has been like a grab bag. So I'm starting to make up some Valentine's Day grab bags. And putting some things together. So this is one that I kind of started a little earlier today. I'm not just gonna put a bar in here. I am gonna put something else in here, but I have to go to the store and I have to like get some candies and stuff like that I want to put in there. But I'm gonna do a couple different price points, right? So just like we did, if you remember, or if you weren't with us, over the holiday season where we did more like holiday gifts, right? Like grab and go gifts. That really worked well for me during that time. I know Amanda here, Amanda from Canada, she had really good success, and she is starting to, I know she was working on some Valentine's Day ones that kind of went along that same concept. So kind of building upon that, right? So what is a way that we can help serve our customers? Well, one way is, you guys, and for the men here on this page, for the men here listening to this video, I'm just going to put this as disclaimer here. I know that there are some of you that are really, really good at buying gifts and are very, very romantic and do great gestures of romance. My husband is not one of those, okay? Okay. For our anniversary, or for, let's take, for example, Valentine's Day. Like, we're going to be celebrating Valentine's Day a little bit later because we've got hero surgery. We've just got crap going on right now, right? So we're going to refocus. We're going to have a late Valentine's Day, whatever. But, you know, what do I tell him all the time? Oh, you don't have to get me anything. Do I really mean that? No. I mean, honestly, do I need something? No, right? Same thing with my birthday, same thing with Christmas, right? Oh, you don't have to get me anything. But I'm like, no, really, that's a code word for you better get me something. Okay? Something. And I will tell you that guys are maybe not the greatest at picking up our subtle cues and hints. So what's a good way that we can help serve our customers? We can help serve them by saying, hey, is your husband a last minute shopper? Does your husband never get you what you want, or your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whatever, right? Do they never get you what you want? Then hello. And hello, Vicky. And hello, then let me help them out. Send them to me, right? Send me their cell phone number, send me their email address, whatever, right? Tag me on Facebook so I can see who that person is, and I will message them and be like, hey, I got you covered. Here's the deal. I can create however much you want to spend. I can create a whole gift for you that I will even personally wrap. Now, obviously, these are more for the people who I can run into in, like, around town, right? So, I mean, I can still mail these, but time's a ticking right now if we're looking at Valentine's Day. But the whole point is, hello, right? I'm going to make this really easy for them. Here, let me make this easy. So that's a really great way that we can serve our customers. So that's an example of serving our customers. But it all comes down to, for our customers to really be able to, for us to be able to dial into our customers and to have those relationships, we have to build that like, know, trust factor. They have to like you, they have to know you, they have to trust you. Okay? So guys, you really have to build those connections so that they realize they like you, they know you, they trust you. And the more that they do, the more they're going to listen when you say, oh my gosh, I can totally help you out here. Or, oh my gosh, I think this would be a great gift. Or, oh my gosh, I saw that you were celebrating your mother's birthday, and I see that she's into butterflies, and you should see this beautiful butterfly warmer that we have. And when I saw it, it immediately made me think of the post that you made about your mother. There are ways that we can serve and build those connections. So make connections. So number 1 was network. Number 2, make connections. Number three, people, and if you are not doing number 3, follow up. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how much my business changed when I started doing follow-ups. When I actually started doing follow-ups. If you've watched my YouTubes over the years, you know I have tried different systems with follow-ups. I've tried. Not all of them succeeded. Not gonna lie, right? Not gonna lie. A lot of them did not succeed. In fact, very few actually succeeded. The way that I follow up now is with the app Amy, AMI. Go to the App Store, Google Play, whatever, download it. If you're a newer consultant, then you can get the free trial. I believe it's still, Vicky, correct me if I'm wrong, it's still free for the first 30 days, I believe. for new consultants. I think might be longer. Or maybe it's just that 7-day trial. I cannot remember. The cool thing about it, though, here's the deal. The cool thing about it is, because if money's a factor, hopefully this isn't going to blow you too far out of the bank, because the way that it's going to help your business. And I only say that out of my own personal experience. It is $7.99 a month to keep Amy. Now, that $7.99 a month allows the app, Amy, to literally connect to your workstation. So you don't have to like log into your workstation every single time that you want to do a follow-up to be like, oh, I need to follow up with Karen because Karen ordered a 6-pack of bars with me, but oh, what did she order? I mean, I don't want to just follow up and be like, hey, thanks for your order. I want to be able to follow up and be like, oh my gosh, you got some of the new scents. And you have to tell me when you warm these, because chili mango is one of my new favorites. And I know that's one that you ordered. So let me know what you think, right? Building those connections. Lisa loves Amy. Yes. Yes. And it helps you post from Instagram to your social shop. I mean, that social shop alone is amazing and worth the $7.99. Not only does it give you a social shop that people can click and buy from, which, hello people, we are in the age of clicking and buying. How do you think I bought this Baby Yoda shirt? I bought it because I saw it on Instagram and I was like, oh, Baby Yoda. I love Baby Yoda, right? So I like logged on and I'm like, oh, it's like $16. Well, that's not bad. Click. Click the link. I clicked the link in the bio and bought the shirt through the bio, and that's how I came upon my purchase. Right? Now, that's that example, but our social shop is the other great example, right? Because, oh my goodness, people can click there. You can even create wish lists for customers that maybe, or for your hosts specifically who are hosting for you. Maybe somebody is having a birthday coming up soon. You can be like, oh, hey, I want to, maybe they're a big Scentsy fan. Hey, for your birthday, would you like me to set up a social shop for you? And then that way, if people want to give you gifts, right, you can just share this link with them and they'll know exactly what you want. They don't have to guess and be like, oh, I wonder if she likes the scent pink cotton. She probably does. But I'm just saying, that way friends don't have to guess. So you can create like these wish lists within Amy and then send that link and then they can share the link and then everything is there and then life is beautiful. You can also create it when you are sending or help to use it when you are making samples. So you can record when you give somebody a sample. Of course, hopefully when you're giving samples, you're getting their contact information in one form or another. I usually ask people, do you prefer text or email for communications when I've got specials or limited or new products that come out? That's how I word it, right? And people will tell me, by all means, email me, right? They're like, no, don't text me. I don't want text. Some people are very all about text. I am one of those people, all about text. Text me, please, because I guarantee you I'm going to see that before I see the email, and then definitely before I see like some message somewhere. So by all means, text me. So some people prefer that way. And that's what you need to do. Another way that you can go back to our making connections, and number 2, and serving our customers, is figuring out what they want, what works for them in their life, right? Maybe they're not on Facebook all the time. Maybe they're trying to do the social media detox too, and they're like, I'm not really going to be on there much. So if you message me the new specials and stuff, I'm not going to see it. Okay, no problem. I can text you, or I don't know why I just did this like it's a phone. What do you do now for that? Do you just, is this the symbol now? I don't know. Okay, anyway, squirrel. But my point being is some people maybe prefer that text, and Amy will help you do that too, because you can also import that, either if you're recording a sample and getting that contact information, or if you put them into your workstation, it will then push into Amy and you'll see it in the app, and then you will be able to follow up with them and text them or email them, or when you want to mail something out to them, like maybe a new catalog or a showcase brochure or a product list, because this catalog is awesome, then you automatically already have their home address. All of that stuff lives within Amy. It is amazing. You are absolutely right, Lisa. And I'm so excited. Lisa is one of our newest consultants. And so I'm so excited to see you using that. That just literally makes my day. So thank you. Number 4 is be present. I guess we kind of already covered this a little bit, but this kind of goes back to being able to evaluate where your time is best spent. Okay. I am one to say that, this is my 8th year with Scentsy, right? So back when I first joined, we had Facebook. Nobody really used Instagram a whole lot. Nobody was doing like online parties back then. If they were, it was like 1 or 2 people were trying it out, trying to figure out how to do it, because that was before Facebook even had the live feature that I'm doing now, right? But so there weren't all of those possibilities. And so I had to really look and see, where are my customers coming from? And where are my team members coming from that are joining my team? Where are they coming from? So figuring out those 2 points, and if you don't have team members yet, you're going to figure that out when you start. So I like to just say, put yourself out there on all the platforms. You don't have to kill yourself, but at least make a presence known. But because you may tap into a platform that really resonates with people who are going to follow you. And that might be Instagram. It might be Facebook. It might be Pinterest. It might be Twitter. I don't even know. For me, it might be YouTube. For me, my business really comes from YouTube, from Instagram, and from Pinterest. Those are my top 3 sources of where my customers and my team members come from. Those are the top 3 for me. So for me personally, again, remember, tweak this to you. Wherever those are coming from, maybe it's just one source that's really doing well for you, then that's where you invest that energy, right? You have to be able to look at it through that lens and say, okay, why am I spending all this time on Facebook if everybody over here is following me from Instagram saying they love my posts and my pictures about the products and like seeing my Instagram stories when I change my wax? Why am I doing it on Facebook too? I'm wasting that time. I'm wasting time, right? So you have to be able to stop the scrolling, and you need to be present and looking in your business. Because guys, again, if I wanted to sleep all day, I could sleep all day. If I wanted to scroll all day, I could just scroll all day long. But that's not going to get me to my goals, and that's not going to make me work my business. And that is definitely not going to provide for the roof over our heads in my home, right? It's not going to. Trust me. I tried the whole influencer thing. It doesn't really work. But apparently maybe if I go on there and start opening up toys, maybe I'll get better influencing. But I don't do that. That's not Jacqui, right? So anyway, so figure out where you can productively spend your time on social media and then do it. Go there, okay? Last one is evaluate. That was my best Oprah voice. But you know how she like sings. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Like sings the word. Okay. Anyway, all right. Evaluate. Okay. So this is like one of my favorite things ever. This is one of the things that I learned how to do very early on. I actually learned it through a college class, believe it or not, because when I earned that college degree that I am not using right now, that in one of my business management classes, they talked about being able to evaluate your skill set on a regular basis. And so I've put this into the top 5 for daily habits simply because I want you guys to really start looking at it more. Because I know some of you may be like me, right? And you're working this thing full time and you are at least engaged and checking your workstation or have yours post scheduled, or you're really working it 24/7, right? Because that's what social media allows us to do, right? When we put stuff out there, when we put content out, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, right? That's working while we're sleeping. It is. So if you think that it's not, it is. It is coming across different eyes all throughout different time zones and everything else, right? So when you're sleeping, your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook posts are still working for you 24/7 around the clock. So, but I found that being able to stop and again, evaluate myself. Where are my skills? What am I good at? I'm really good at training. I'm really good at being able to make connections. I'm really good at I think I am. I'm going to say I am. I think I'm really good at Instagram. I'm really good at organizing, and I'm really good at those things. And so that's where I'm going to try and put my energy, right? So now how do I put my business into those things? So I have to sit there and evaluate, how can I use my best skills to then help my business and implement those? So what you have to do is remember that you are your own boss. You're a boss. Say it with me. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. Yes. So as a boss, think of it like you're doing a performance evaluation on yourself, right? And look at that, right? Where are some ways that I can improve? Maybe you've been slacking a little bit in the follow-up area. Hey, I know, I can say it. I am not ashamed. I've slacked in the follow-up area. So what am I going to do? I see you, follow up. I recognize you, follow up. Now, I'm going to start doing you, follow up. I'm going to actually put you into my daily routine. And I'm going to start putting intention, that laser focus, and I'm really going to start dialing in and then get myself back on course. So you need to be able to have that self-evaluation to say, what is not working? What is working? And how can you keep that train moving, right? And maybe what is it that you see, and I'm sure that you guys are just like me, right? Like Chloe Cox and Nick, and I'm following all these amazing women who are all about literally just doing the damn thing. So that's what we need to do, guys, because honestly, if you look at the people who are succeeding, and they always tell you, right? What do they always, not they as a whole, they tell you, the world tells you, right, that you are the person that you surround yourself with. So the people that you surround yourself with is the person who you will become, right? So what do you want to do? Do you want to surround yourself with people who are bitching and moaning and complaining about politics all day long on Facebook? Or sharing negative comments on Instagram about body image and shit like that, right? No, sorry for cussing if I offend you. But do we want those people? Is that who we want to be? It's not, definitely not who I want to be. So that's not who I'm going to associate myself with. Unfriend, unfollow, whatever needs to happen, right? We need to go through and have that detox of all that negative energy and hate and bullying and all that other crap that's out there. And guys, we gotta teach our kids to do the same thing. So yes, this is for our business, but at the same time, this is for us as people, right? This is something that I'm teaching Madison now, as shockingly as enough it is for me to think that, oh my gosh, I'm having to talk to my 10-year-old about cyberbullying and things like this, right? So we have to do it for ourselves too, for our own well-being. See, yes, Lisa, your husband, I'm so excited that he's all excited for you and with you. I love that. I absolutely do. Justin supports the crap out of me, but he's just like, here, babe, you do the thing. Now maybe the day when I retire him from his job, he'll be like, hey, baby, I am your Scentsy man, right? Maybe he'll be on the bus. But he, as of right now, he just truly just supports. Here, you go do what you need to do, right, for you and your business. So he's all about it there, but I think that is absolutely awesome. But you have to really look and see what is working, what is not working, and then again, tweak as needed. And especially like Lisa, you are just starting out in your journey. You have an amazing jump start on your business. I'm so proud of the work that you're putting in. But you have to be able to look at that and say, with all of the success, where do I want to go, right? Where do I want to go? Where do I see myself next year? What is working for me so far? How can I keep that moving? But then at the same time, we have to surround ourselves with those people who are going to keep us positive, keep us in the right mindset, like the Chloes and the Anniks of the Scentsy world, and be able to say, that's what I'm going to do, right? So These 5 daily habits, again, we're just bringing it back to basics. It's just the basics. Network, make connections, follow up, be present in the moment, and evaluate. So hold on, hero baby. In some way, every single day, or every single work day, for those of you who, got to work it around a work schedule, a job schedule, I want you to incorporate one little thing. So you can do one of those things. Take 5 minutes for each thing. Take 30 minutes, right, of your work day, or whatever that looks like in your eyes, and take 30 minutes, and then take one nugget of every one of those basics, and again, tweak if needed for your business, but work on those 5 things, and then do those things every single time that you're working your business. Hopefully it becomes every day, but if not, every time you're working your business. That's what I want you to start working towards. And then that's going to build routines. It's going to build habits, and before you know it, you're going to be doing all these things and not even realize you were doing all these things. And in the same time, you are going to see how your business is growing because of these things. All right, y'all. So some niblets to chew on for the week. I hope that kind of helps to inspire you, helps to kind of laser focus you in back to the fact of we are bossing up this year. 2020 is the year. We are going to make big boss moves. We are going to do big boss things. We are going to kick some ass this year. We really, really are. Again, I apologize if it offends you if I'm swearing. But I just got to be me. And right now, that's truly how I feel. Like, this is what we've been working towards, right? So this is the mindset that I want you guys to put yourself into. There's Vicky. She works 6 nights a week. She works overnights, for those of you who don't know. Overnights. She's a single mom. She's got 2 beautiful girls who are autistic, so they need a little bit more love, right? So no excuses. Make the time. That's right. You have to make the time. You have to find ways to put your business first, because if your business is going to be about supporting your family or making a difference for your family or having more time to spend with your kids or going and you want to be able to afford IVF, or you're working on buying a home, or you need to be able to find a way to get a newer car and that car payment just looks like it's so much out of the league right now. If that's what your Scentsy business is doing for you, whatever it is, that's what you need to be focused on to be able to say, is it worth that time? Hell yes, it's worth that time. It should be. Boom. That's right, Lisa. All right. Well, I'm going to give you guys back your afternoon. Again, take some time, evaluate your business, see what's working, what is not, what can you change. If you need help, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help brainstorm and things like that to get you going. So if you need that, just feel free, let me know. Otherwise, I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.